friends, welcome back to Jess Writes a Book. I am Jess, and today we're going to be jumping into a new writing vlog. So today is Monday, March 10th. It is currently almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to be starting a new writing challenge. This is a challenge that I saw Kate Kavanaugh do on her channel, so I will link hers down below. I'm going to do mine a little bit differently because I don't have as much time in between work and everything as Kate does. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Same general idea, I'm just going to shorten the challenge a little bit. But also, she did hers for one day. I'm going to do mine for the whole week. So each day of the week, I'm going to do this challenge. So basically what it is using the Pomodoro method, but kind of switching it up and doing it in a new way. So doing a series of sprints each day. So when Kat did it, she did a 15-minute sprint, a 10-minute break, a 40-minute sprint, a 10-minute break, 30-minute sprint, 10-minute break, 20-minute sprint, 10-minute break. So slowly each sprint gets shorter and shorter and shorter from 50 minutes down to 20 minutes, which in total comes out to being about 3 hours in a day. I unfortunately don't have that much time being at work, so I'm going to do the same general idea, but I'm going to shorten the sprints. So I'm going to do one 30-minute sprint with a 10-minute break, one 20-minute sprint with a 10-minute break, and a 10-minute sprint with a 5-minute break. Again, I'm going to do this every day this week. Today is Monday, like I said, and each day I'm going to tackle a different project. So today is Monday, so I'm going to start with editing Twisted Loyalties, my book that I have finished. I'm working on revising draft 1, so I'm going to work on revising today on each of those sprints, and then tomorrow I'll work on something else, and so on and so forth for the whole week. So again, I'll do a 30-minute sprint with a 10-minute break, 20-minute sprint, 10-minute break, 10-minute sprint, 5-minute break. So this is obviously significantly shorter than what Kat did. I think it'll work out really well for me. So I may not be able to do them all subsequently, like consecutively, all in one go. I may have to split them up throughout the day. We'll see how it goes with work and how busy everything is throughout the week. But today, Monday, I am going to try to do them all in one go. So let's dive right in. Okay guys, there we go. The first sprint is done, 30 minutes, and I was able to edit 3 chapters. It is several hours later. I am home now. As you can tell, I am in my home uniform. I'm always wearing this thing. I finished the 30-minute sprint. You guys have seen, just seen clips of that. I talked a little bit about it after, but I don't know how well you could hear me. I always worry that I'm going to talk too loud in my office and like my coworkers are going to be able to hear me talking and be like, what is she doing in there? So I always talk really low when I'm at work, but I was able to edit 3 chapters earlier during the 30-minute sprint. Now I have a 20-minute timer set up. I have Twisted Loyalties pulled up, so I'm going to keep working on editing it, and we're going to jump right into the next sprint. My 20-minute sprint. I did edit about 1.5 chapters. I just entered Act 2B. I'm finishing up chapter 11. So in doing this revising, I have added a whole 9 words today. This draft or this round of revisions, I guess, has really honestly just been me correcting spelling, correcting grammar, and fixing any like tense changes. There's something that I think it was Mick mentioned in a story, I think it was recently, talking about how in her writing she keeps changing tenses, and that is something that I do all the time. And I keep changing POVs. I intentionally wrote the story initially in first person because this story has a lot to do with like mental health and like the main character Ronan's like mental state and the things that she has been through, her trauma. A lot of it is about her overcoming her trauma and overcoming the like mental hurdles that she has. And I felt like first person was the best way to really put the reader into her head, and not just her, the guys too. There are three main characters. This is a reverse harem, basically. Well, it's more poly than reverse harem, but we do get some POVs from the guys' perspectives, and so I wanted it to be in their point of view as well, so that we can kind of see what they're thinking and how they're feeling about everything that's going on and how they're feeling about Ronan and all things. I just felt like that was the best way to really convey the mental state of everybody and really get that across. But I have found that throughout the book I kept switching from part of it is like written in first person POV, and then the rest is written in like third, and I keep going back and forth throughout the whole thing. So honestly, most of this revision has been fixing that, fixing, like I said, the tenses, fixing the POV, fixing spelling and grammar issues, and a little bit of like adding in some of the things that I had marked off that need research. I haven't done all of that. I think some of that I will end up saving for like when I revise draft 2 maybe. I know that I'm coming up on some chapters that I intentionally skipped. I skipped in the first draft some of the like sexy scenes, some of the smut scenes, because I was really just kind of focused on like finishing it and getting through it, and I wanted to have everything else done before I wrote those. So I will probably end up adding those back in draft 2. So yeah, I know sometimes I've seen other people say like they're revising and I added this many words today and all the stuff. That is not what this revision, like round of revisions, is for me. It's not about adding anything. It's basically about fixing it. So yeah, I did my 30 minutes earlier today. Just got my 20-minute sprint done, and I'm gonna do a 10. Honestly, I feel like 10 is gonna go by super quick, so I'll probably honestly just keep going. I might do another 30. We'll see what time it is. I'm trying to be better about getting on a better, actually now that I saw the time, I will do my 10-minute sprint and then I will be done for today. I'm trying to be better about getting to bed early and working on my sleep schedule. So I'm going to get my 10 minutes done, and then it'll be about time to get in the shower and get to bed. So then tomorrow, I don't think I'll be working on this tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll work on a different project. But yeah, let's see if in the next 10 minutes I can finish up this chapter. I think I might, I was going to say I might move to the beanbag back here, but Dobby's actually back there taking up residence on the beanbag, and I don't want to move him, so I'll just leave him and finish up my 10 minutes here, and then maybe tomorrow at some point I'll come and work back there. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into my last sprint of the day. Okay guys, there you have it. I have finished my 3 sprints for the day. Honestly, I would like to do more. I wish that I had finished or started this earlier in the evening. I finished the first scene of chapter 12. And there are currently as it sits, there are 23 chapters. So I'm just about halfway. Like I said, I just got to Act 2B. Currently, Twisted Loyalties is sitting at 69,027 words. So we'll see what that looks like once I hit draft 2. I would really like to finish revising in March. April is going to be the Rough Draft Challenge, again with Sarah Cannon from Heart Breathings. So I would love to work on draft 2 during the Rough Draft Challenge. Maybe, I'm thinking. I also have another story, Project Train, that I wrote NaNoWriMo 2023. And that story is it's basically done. It does, draft 1 is done, I should say. I would love to get back into that one. Or I think, maybe not all of draft 1, maybe like 90% of draft 1 is done. I would like to dive back into that one. Maybe I was originally thinking that would be my Rough Draft Challenge project, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to do draft 2 of Twisted Loyalties. I don't know, we'll see. I have so many projects going right now. Let's see, I am currently in the middle of 2. Including Project Train, I'm in the middle of 4 stories, like 4 stories that I intended to be novels, like full-length novels, and 4 serialized stories / fan fictions. So 8 projects total that I have started or I'm in the middle of, and have another like 15 stories just sitting here in Dabble that are just ideas that as I get the ideas I just throw them in there, and I'll get back to them eventually at some point. But yeah, I'm in the middle of a lot of stories, and I want to work on all of them, but I know that I really need to like hunker down and focus, and if I really want to finish revising this draft of Twisted Loyalties, I really need to like hunker down and do it. But also one of my serialized stories, Silent Strength, I have people waiting on it. I have some readers who have been on my like under my fan fiction account and that I've met over time, who I've talked to about this serialized story and who are waiting on it. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to be posting it yet. I don't know if I'm just going to post it. I don't know that I can actually post it on like AO3 because it's not technically based on a fandom, so it's not technically a fan fiction. It does have like a motorcycle gang in it, so I could probably zhuzh it up a little bit and make it kind of like a Sons of Anarchy fanfiction if I wanted to, but I don't know if I really want to do that. That wasn't my intent with it. So I may end up creating a Substack and posting it on there maybe. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far, but knowing that there's people waiting on it, and I do have people like messaging me pretty regularly asking when it's going to be done, and so that's a good thing because it puts pressure on me to finish it, but it also takes time away from my other projects also. So anyways, yeah, I part of me feels like I want to use this challenge to focus on Twisted Loyalties and just finish this draft, but I know that once I finish it I'm going to want to jump into drafting, or finish this revising I said, and then I know once I finish revising I'm going to want to jump into draft 2. So no, we'll see. Maybe I'll drag it out a little bit. Today's only the 10th of March, so maybe I'll drag it out a little bit and like I said, jump into draft 2 during the Rough Draft Challenge in April. We'll see. But yeah, so today is done. I managed to get all 3 sprints done. It went really well. I got, I think, 3.5 chapters edited, which is awesome. I'm just about 50% through, like I said. Tomorrow I do want to try to do the actual challenge that Kat Kavanaugh did. I feel like I keep going back and forth between calling her Kat and Kate. I don't know which one she actually goes by. I need to like watch her videos, actually see if she says it. When she did hers, she did 50-minute sprints. So the highest she did was 50 minutes, 10-minute break, 40-minute sprint, 10-minute break, 30-minute sprint, 10-minute break, 20-minute sprint, 10-minute break. and then I take a 10-minute sprint. I would love to do that, but I just have to plan my day out a little bit better. And I started so late today that I couldn't really do that. Also, on Friday, I have an event at work, so I'm not going to be in the office all day. So I'm trying to get ahead and get as much Friday as I can. But then also, next Monday, this coming Monday, I have, but Nick has a outpatient procedure. So I took the day off so I could take him to that because he can't drive. He's going to be put under anesthesia. So I took the day off for that. So while he's getting that done, I don't think it's going to take too long. But while he's getting that done, I will probably do some writing at that point. But yeah, I'm trying to get ahead in work because I'm going to have a short week this week and a short week next week. So I don't know how much time I'll have tomorrow. We'll see. I'll go ahead and end this here for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday the 11th. Yeah, Tuesday, March 11th now. It is early. It is 7:15 a.m. I'm in my office, as you can see. I came into work early today because, like I mentioned, we have an event here at work on Friday, so I won't be in the office, and then Monday I'm off for Nick's procedure. So I came in early so I could get some work done, but I'm also going to go ahead and jump into my first sprint really quick. Before everybody else gets here, before I really get sucked into work and everything, might as well go ahead and just start the day off strong and get that first 30-minute sprint done. I'm going to do that one. We'll see kind of if anybody's here yet by the time I'm done with that, and then see if maybe I can jump into the second one. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my timer here. I've been debating if I should continue editing Twisted Loyalties or if I should work on Project J&J. I feel like I want to work on Project J&J. I think one of my goals for this month and for this quarter was to draft that story, so I want to get going on that. I've kind of been jumping around because I've been writing more dialogue than anything, but I'm a few chapters in and I do want to try to keep going, so I think I am going to draft that for this sprint. So I'm going to pull this timer up. Let's see. Also, not gonna lie, one of the reasons why I want to draft is because I am here at work and I have this awesome new keyboard that I got that I'm obsessed with, and I really want to use it to like fully just type and kind of get lost in drafting, and I'm obsessed with the sound of it, so I want to use it while I'm here at work. the 12th now. It is very early. It is like 4:45. The dogs woke me up around 4, and I decided to just stay up. So I let the dogs out, made myself some coffee, and I'm sitting on the couch now. I have my laptop over here. I did 2 writing sprints yesterday. I did a 30-minute and that's not true. No, I did only a 30-minute yesterday. And I wrote, I think about 1,200, you've seen the clip, I forget if it was 1,200 or like 600 words in Project J&J, which was really good. And then today, I think I'm gonna work on my short stories / fan fictions. I think I said it yesterday or the day before, I think I have 4 different short stories / fan fictions that I'm like currently working on. I'm gonna work on those today. Hopefully work won't be too busy so I can get some sprints in. I'm gonna try to get 1 in right now. I don't need to get ready for work for a couple of hours yet, so maybe I can get more than 1 in. We'll see if I can do all the sprints now maybe, and then do another round at work maybe. We'll see. I intended to start writing earlier when I first came down, but I started just kind of catching up on social media, going through the Discord that I'm in. I joined a Discord with a bunch of fellow writers and authors from YouTube, which has been really great. It's been an awesome way to make even more friends on here and support everybody and get to know everybody a little bit better. The live stream scheduled with 2 other author tubers for next week. I will link their channels down below. Well, by the time this goes up, if this goes up on Wednesday, that'll be the day of the live stream. But definitely be on the lookout for more of them if you missed that one. But yeah, it's been really fun being in the Discord, so I went through and messaged some people, answered some messages that were put in yesterday because I didn't get a chance to look at the Discord yesterday. And now, like I said, I think I'm going to jump into a sprint and see which of these short stories I can work on. Hey guys, so it is a little bit later now. It's about 6:40. I am in my car, as you can see. I'm making a quick pit stop before I head to work. Nick has not been feeling very well the last few days. His energy levels have been very low. He still has a little bit of a cough from when he was sick a couple weeks ago. And he just hasn't really had much of an appetite. We're not really sure if it's just kind of lingering from when he was sick a couple weeks ago, and he's just still kind of feeling it. I know a lot of people who say that they've gotten sick and the cough has just kind of lingering around a lot. So we're hoping that that's what it is, but the cough does sound kind of like wet still, and that worries me because he has had double pneumonia in the past and was in the hospital for 12 days in 2024. So I've been, obviously taking care of him and making sure that he's okay. We've been messaging his doctor and everything. So we don't know if it could be that his hemoglobin is still low from when he had the blood transfusion a couple weeks ago. Maybe he needs more
maybe his body's still kind of catching up from that, and kind of catching up from having his shot again. We're not really sure what's going on, but there is a donut shop not far from our house that he loves, that he's been going to since he was a kid, and he woke up this morning wanting donuts, and so I told him that I would go and run to the store and get him a couple of donuts before I go to work. Like I said, he hasn't really had much of an appetite. On what's today? Today's Wednesday. On Monday, he wasn't really feeling like what we were having for dinner. He said it was making him, like the idea of it was kind of making him kind of nauseous, and so he didn't eat like a full dinner. I ended up kind of coaxing him into at least having like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just to get him something. And then yesterday, he didn't want like a full meal either, so I ended up getting him to at least let me make him a grilled cheese. So he hasn't had like a real, and then for lunch and stuff, he really only has like fruit. He'll have like an apple and some grapes and like whatever other fruit. I think right now he's having like oranges, like cuties or whatever. So he doesn't have like a full meal for lunch either. Dinner's really the only meal during the week that he has like an actual full meal. So being that he hasn't had appetite and he woke up this morning like actually wanting something, I was more than willing to let it for him, especially since it's literally down the street from our house. So that is what I'm doing. I'm ready to grab him that, then I'll run it back to him, and then I will head into work. So you saw earlier that I got up this morning. The dogs woke me up around 4, so I stayed up, looked at social media, answered some messages on Discord and stuff, and then jumped right into my sprints. So I was able to do, I did a 30-minute sprint, and then I ended up doing 2 20-minute sprints upstairs. I just got to the donut shop, so I'm going to go inside, get these for Nick, and then run back home to drop them off to him, and then head to work. So we'll see you guys when I get there. Okay, donuts have been acquired. I was good. I did not get myself one, even though I really wanted one. These donuts are so good. They are like the best donuts in town. They're like regularly voted the best donuts in town. They're a little like family-owned shop. They're like immigrants from Cambodia, and their whole family works in the shop, and my husband has been coming to them for years. He's lived here for 25 years and he's been coming here the whole time. His grandparents, when they were alive, would come here every Saturday, and they would sit and have a donut and a coffee, and just like super cute. And so whenever we have donuts, we get them from here, and Nick likes to have them every once in a while. So it was good. I did not get myself one. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go to work and get myself like a breakfast sandwich. We can order a breakfast sandwich at the cafe with like sourdough and egg and bacon, and that sounds really good, so I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I'm gonna run these back home. It is a little cloudy today, and it smells like rain, which I love. That is my favorite kind of weather, like cloudy, dark, stormy, rainy weather. That is my favorite, so that is like giving me energy. Hopefully it'll actually rain. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, so hopefully that will be the case. I get to work, and I will check back in with you guys when I get there. I am home now, as you can see. It is about 8:30. Nick is in the shower, and while he is showering and everything, I'm going to get some writing done. I did get my sprints all done this morning, like I showed you guys, but I thought, why not go ahead and do a few more while I can. Wednesdays is usually when I work on my short stories and fan fictions, so that's what I'm going to do. Get some extra sprints in. I might as well. On Friday, I don't know that I'll be able to get any in because I have a work event, and my in-laws are arriving in town, so I don't know if we're gonna have dinner with them or not. So depending on what time that work event finishes and how quickly I get home, I might be able to do some sprints on Friday, but if not, I might as well get a few extra in today. So I'm gonna jump right into that, and I will let you guys know what I get done. I don't know if I'll get really any words written in this fan fiction. It is more revising it and formatting it. I think I talked about that earlier this morning. I'm gonna keep working on the same one, so we'll see what I get done. I will let you. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, the 13th, I think now. It is about 7:40, just about. I'm in my car on my way to work, as you can see. Last night I was able to format and like move over a few more chapters from my fan fiction into Dabble. So that worked out really well. These like sprints, this challenge, it's going good. I've gotten a decent amount of stuff done this week, but because I'm kind of spreading everything out and not doing them like consecutively, it doesn't really feel like a challenge. It just feels like doing normal writing sprints. When I did the like wheel spinner writing vlog, that felt like a challenge because I, obviously had to write so many hours every day. So that felt like I was challenging myself, like I was pushing myself. This, like I said, just feels like normal writing sprints. And I'm just kind of doing them whenever I can fit them in. So I don't know that I would do this one again. I think this one would be good if I could do the actual like full length 50-minute sprints and sit down and write for 3 hours at a time. That just never happens, writing or working full time, and obviously needing to do my job while I'm at work. My life just isn't really conducive to that. Maybe like on a Saturday morning I could sit and do that. Maybe I could, the next time I try this challenge, I could do that and try and do it on a Saturday morning. But other than that, I don't know that I would do this again for like a whole week. But yeah, I like trying these challenges. If anything, it keeps me motivated to write. It makes things a little bit more interesting on the vlogs. And yeah, overall, I do like doing them. So, like I said, it's Thursday now. I didn't do anything this morning. I slept in. I have not been sleeping well this week. The dogs have been waking me up multiple times a night. I've been having a hard time falling asleep. I'm really trying to get better about like not being on my phone right before bed. But I say that and then I end up scrolling TikTok for an hour before bed. So I think I need to move like my charger away from my bed and just kind of like put my phone down away from the bed, because once I'm in bed, I don't really want to get out of bed. So if my phone's on the other side of the room, then like I probably won't get up to get it. That's something that I am trying to work on. It is a stormy, cloudy day today. You can kind of see out the window there. I don't know if it'll actually rain. We always get like the tease of it, and then it either doesn't rain at all or barely rains. Coming from Florida, growing up, there was always a lot of rain, obviously. And I love the rain, so I do miss that. That's one of the things that I like the least about living here in Vegas. I don't necessarily mind Vegas. The like mountains in the distance are pretty. We occasionally get pretty sunsets. Winter isn't like crazy. Summer sucks. But that is the thing that I like the least about living here, is that we don't get rain. I really miss the rain. I love a good thunderstorm. We just don't get that. We will occasionally get these cloudy days, but especially where I live, on the side of town I live on, it doesn't really rain that often. Sometimes, like on the other side of Vegas, like closer up into the mountains, or like further up in elevation, it'll rain, or they'll get a lot more rain than we do. So that side, it could be like pouring on that side of the valley, but where I live, it's like completely dry. So, it is stormy and cloudy though, or well, I should say it's not really stormy, it's cloudy. It was super windy last night. So we'll see if I actually get the weather I want today or not. But yeah, I will, since I didn't do any sprints this morning, I will try to go and do some at work at some point today. Tomorrow is our work event, so I need to try to get as much done today as I can. I have a couple of big projects that I'd like to focus on today and try to get caught up on. And what else? I started listening to a new audiobook, so I'll probably listen to that here the rest of my drive to work. At 11, I need to remember this. I have a feeling that I'm going to get working completely. I need to put an alarm on my phone. At 11 my time today, I'm going to be meeting a couple of friends that I have made, who are fellow author tubers, who I've met through like the Discord that we are all in. We're going to be meeting on StreamYard today to do like a test stream, because next Wednesday we are all going to be going live together, doing live sprints together. So I'm really excited about that. I have been wanting to do like a live group sprint the way a lot of others are or do, and now that it's happening, so I'm really excited about it. This like lighting is terrible. You guys can't see me. The sun's like streaming in. So we're doing a test stream and just a quick like catch up, get to know each other kind of thing today at 11 my time, and then our actual live stream will be next week. So I have that to do today. So I'm gonna take my lunch a little bit earlier. And yeah, that is basically the update for now. I'm gonna put my audiobook on, get to work, grab some breakfast, and then I will see you guys there.
Tonight and help the patients at Nathan Addison Hospice. Grab those paddles. I'd like to offer a $3,000 donation. If you can help us out with $3,000 to put that paddle up in the air, could I get a $3,000 donation?
Guys, welcome back. It is a few days later now. It is Sunday the 16th, I think. It is just about 8 a.m. I just had our grocery order delivered. I put that away. I got my coffee. I have not updated the vlog and not done any more sprints since Thursday because of the event that I had for work on Friday. And then my in-laws were in town, so we've been spending time with them, visiting with them and stuff. I inserted, I think, some pictures from like our dinners and stuff. And yeah, so I haven't really done much writing. I haven't done any more of the sprints for the challenge. So I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of end things here. I think it was a successful week. I did get some stuff done. Like I said, I don't think this challenge works perfectly for me since I have to break it up. I think it would work better on a day when maybe I go to the library and I can sit down and do them all at once. Like tomorrow, maybe starting a new vlog, but we're going, Nick is having a outpatient medical procedure done, so I will be sitting and waiting for him while it's done. So I think that might be a good time to do those sprints when I'm going to be sitting for like one long period of time. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I will be home tomorrow. I'm off. Once he's done, I'm gonna come home. I'm sure he's gonna rest or whatever, and I'll just relax. So maybe I can throw some of those sprints in tomorrow and just kind of mix them in to my normal vlogs whenever I can. But I don't think this specific challenge worked as well for me as like the wheel spinner one did. So I definitely want to do more of these. There are other ones that I want to try. But I would say that this one was just okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I have some exciting news and some kind of shifts in focus coming, but I would talk about those in the next vlog. So I will see you guys then.